Ohio, Eric Stevie at the wheel, 1 to watch here on the good run. Ohio, Eric Stevie at the wheel, 1 to watch here on the good run.
Showing some diesel truck pulling there that Ryan videotaped 2014 of the super stock diesel truck. So we're already going to look at 2017 as we come to the season. We're going to, about 7:30 tonight, we're going to call Melissa and Dale from the Cornhusker Classic, Ryan. And I know that you and your dad, you said you're going to head out there?
Yeah, we're going to make the trip after work Friday and enjoy Saturday. Looks beautiful out there, I think in the 60s. So.
I wanted to go, but my son, we're going to go to Western Michigan for
you're
soccer
going
camp.
You're going
that way. Then I'll be in Milwaukee Sunday
yes.
for Olympic Development Program soccer on the way home. So kids keep you busy. So
yeah.
A nice day like this day makes start thinking pulling season. So
yeah, first day of spring, and definitely felt like it.
Did you see much from any pulling action this last weekend? Looks like they had a lot of antiques down in Sigourney.
Yep, and
Iowa.
then Sturgis, Kentucky had their pull. I believe
there is just so much indoor pulling going on anymore.
I know it's even hard to keep up.
And it really is.
Now this weekend also is in Tennessee, I believe, the Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, the
Smoky Mountain shootout
yep.
as well. So there's if you're down in the Tennessee area or if you're out in Nebraska, and I believe that pretty much rounds out the big indoor polling, the higher horsepower vehicles, and I'm sure there's some more.
And I think then
polling.
There's NTPA poll April and PPL. Do they both start out in April this year? There's one in the Carolinas, isn't there? So, my son tried to mess with our. What was he bringing in here? Those remotes.
Maybe. I don't know.
The ones
You probably
we were looking
asked
for?
them.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want them anymore. We're good to go. So anyway, let's go polling. We're going to talk about our sponsors a little bit, and then people can start typing in the comments what they love about polling and what promoters need to do more of to entertain. I'm still really big on entertain. So if you're watching the show right now, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what entertains you at the polls like that. And that's kind of what we really, really want to get excited about to get people doing. So thanks for tuning in to Will Witt's show last Wednesday night. He's going to go every Wednesday night with Let's Grow Poll in the East Coast edition. Brandon's doing his live video show on Thursday night, which we had the biggest reach I think we've ever had on a live video. So, It's almost at 1 million reach. So when we talk about reach on social media, that means it got on that many people's timelines, okay? And then actual video views, that's what you go to there. So free PBR for Mark. So Mark Ham should be at Lincoln, I'm guessing, this weekend as well. He does a lot of Poland Plaza. But Matt Ingham's in the house tonight. Outstanding.
Yeah, there's a big garden tractor pull in Des Moines this weekend as
Prairie,
well.
Prairie Shootout.
Yeah, so
I posted that poster up as well. So just keep sending your stuff so we can keep up with everything. So a lot of stuff going on there. So Noah Hoffman's watching from Dubuque, Iowa. Let us know what entertains you at a poll besides the poll. I mean, you're going for the poll. You're going for the trucks and the tractors, but what else do you like to see at the poll to do that a little bit? So I want to touch on Premier Rain Insurance. So my buddy Craig Ladwig, he owns Premier Rain Insurance. He's got the Never Given Up Pro Stock that pulls with Badger State, and you'll see him at Toma and some other things like that. So we buy our rain insurance from him for our events. So any outdoor event, promoters if you're listening, or fair boards or different things like that, get a hold of Craig Ladwig or send me a message at the Beer Money Polling Team. I'll get you Craig's cell phone number. But I think basically, Ryan, for $500 or $600, you can insure your poll for 10 or 15 grand.
If you're a promoter or putting on an event, I mean, it's
like 6 or 8 hour windows. You know, he'll work with your budget. You tell him what you want to do. And like for Motorsports Mayhem and Churn and Dirt, and for Redneck Rally in Richland Center, and I know Don Slama uses it in Hillsboro, and a lot of promoters do it. And I didn't realize as many promoters didn't know about outdoor rain insurance. So get a hold of me. I'll send you some information on that. I'm not making any money off this or anything like that. I just want to help promoters out because what it allows you to do, Brandon Holcomb's in the house, so they're getting ready for the Western Series.
Yes,
he'll be a Lincoln.
He will be.
He'll be a Lincolnizer. He's excited for that. So Legends to pull in Sullivan. Okay, so that's Mr. Dick. That's Kevin Dick right there. We got the Spirit of 76 tractor. Yeah, we got the Legends coming to Churn and Dirt July 22nd. Got their hotel rooms booked at Honkers, so they're excited about that. We're going to have a live band that night.
Who knew someone could be so excited about staying in Honkers?
So we kind of had our meeting. I know we're ADHD. We're talking about rain insurance, but we're talking about Richland Center events. So we had our meeting yesterday. Basically, I got to get a hold of Guy Nelson. We got to figure out to make basically Southwest Pullers in the afternoon, Badger State that night, and we are going to bring back some truck and car drags to Churn and Dirt this year, Ryan. So we feel... we're going to probably shorten them up a little bit. We are going to do it on the pulling track. We had a meeting last night with Lars and Gaffney, and Doc was out there, and Keller was out there. The truck and car drags are huge for us, but we just got to make it safe, and we're excited to bring them back to Churn and Dirt July 22nd. So, and we're all getting all set for Mayhem. We're just less than 2 months away on that.
Yeah, it's coming up fast.
7 weeks.
Yeah,
woo honkers, baby. Kevin's excited.
Yeah.
Trevor Call's watching from Ridgeland, Wisconsin. That is a heck of a pull. Okay, so we talked about Dickeyville. Did we talk about Dickeyville at all last week?
We just slightly mentioned it that they were added to the Badger State schedule.
Yeah, because we did a live Badger State show.
So if you tuned into the Badger State special.
So Ridgeland has that cool hillside. It's
more of like a mountainside.
Well, okay, but that's where the people sit, and that's something unique about that event.
Yes, it is.
Okay, just like when I tell people about my Bowling Green experience, yes, the polling was great. It was the people that made that event great. Just, Ridgeland, it's something different. You know what I mean? Good polling up there. But I love that hillside. But Dickeyville's going to have something like that where you're actually going to sit above the track and look down, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be like a bird's eye
view.
He
calls it the rock cut pole.
Yes.
So that'll be a new event on Badger State this year.
A fall poll, I believe the week after.
No, the week before.
Week before
Redneck Rally, October 1st last year. And really, really excited about that. So Gary D. from Westfield, Wisconsin's checking in tonight. So share out on your timelines that you're watching Let's Grow Polling. Around about 20 minutes or so, we're going to bring on Dale and Melissa from the Cornhusker Classic. So we talked about rain insurance. I want to talk about rain insurance. I also want to talk about some of our other sponsors. Let's talk about Joe Bush Ag Repair. So Kyle Bush and his dad Joe came on board as a sponsor, and we're going to show you their website a little bit. So they don't just work on John Deere tractors; they also work on international tractors as well. So don't worry about that. But they do the ag side and they do the high performance side as well. So really, really good. The Steinbauer modules. We had some C rings from them that one time. So
yes, they sent a whole box full of stuff.
If you're looking for some good horsepower, get a hold of our friends at Joe Bush Ag Repair, and
the Bausmas, I believe, right?
Yes,
the Bausmas
that's my good friends Mike and
the 4-1 limited pro stock.
They're actually
Western
Series
champions.
1 and 2. The Western Series came out of that shop right there. So I know they work on a lot of outlaw tractors. I know the Grimes tractor. Let's see, we got their post over here. Just another buck. We changed the thing around a little bit. They're moving to the PPL 85 Limited Pro. Who's picking on us?
Matt said I'm looking good in the red, but not so much the Hawkeyes.
So the Hawkeyes were in the NIT, and
what happened there?
They got beat last night by a very good TCU team.
Oh, really? At home too, right?
Yeah, at home. We got 4 freshmen. I'm not going to make no excuses. Hey, I get picked on all the time. Congratulations to the Wisconsin Badgers. If anybody did the NCAA and your bracket's still doing good.
Yeah, I was 12 for 16.
Can you bring up their Facebook page too? Because we've been trying to share that. If you want to bring that up real quick, bring up Facebook. Go ahead.
Well,
you're fine.
We have to do smooth transitions. We
right.
got to make it.
Engineer.
Yes.
But again, we want to thank Joe Bush for all their sponsorship for helping us out. So give you guys some gas money to cruise around this summer to all the events and stuff like that. And I know Ryan Rusink went up there and
he did a
videoed when they did a dyno.
Yes.
When I don't know whose tractor. Maybe they had Grimes's on theirs. But we'll bring up their Facebook page for you now. So Joe Bush Ag Repair on Facebook. Check that out. Pictures of the shop there. Big John Deere farm tractor sitting outside. But we want all our fans to check out Joe Bush Ag Repair. We have their website up and their Facebook page as well. So just great people. They do a lot for the pulling community, and they do a lot. Good.
We got Flagstaff, Arizona. Woodrow. Let's see here. Woodrow Wilson. I don't know if it's
the real Woodrow. Is he the president? Woodrow.
Is he still alive?
Is he still alive? So.
No, he was asking why there's not much pulling out in Arizona. Yeah. I do know the PPL has been talking back and forth about trying to get back out there to that motorsports park just outside Phoenix, like they did a few years ago.
Didn't they put the pulling? They put wood down. I was told plywood, and they put a pulling track on top of the racetrack. Is that accurate?
It's possible because it looked like it was very loose, a lot of sand. Yeah. If you looked at the pictures that Jesse Post took, it was like 10, 15 feet. Tails beyond, yeah.
So pretty cool there. So. But that's Joe Bush Ag Repair.
Yeah, it was the Grimes tractor.
Okay, cool. So. Did Rusink type in?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about Fair Valley Performance. Dennis Fry is going to come in next week. These are our neighbors just right down the road. They do a ton for tractor pulling. A lot of Badger State tractors go there. A lot of East Central Iowa tractors. Yeah. Everybody.
I know the diesel trucks too. Has really been.
That's where Dennis is really getting going on that. So this is their website right now. They're on the corners of 60 and B.
Right here.
Over there by Sauk City,
right
Wisconsin. Their map. Ooh,
yes.
Ashley's really stepping up on the website. I'm proud of her. They got their Facebook posts on here.
Yes.
Copying over their website, so they do a good job there. But again, they work on semi trucks, they work on school buses, they work on fire trucks, and they also do high performance stuff as well. Who's picking on us now?
Someone from one of our administrators said that our show is so popular that even dead guys are coming back.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. There's a picture of the Fair Valley Performance shop. So that's across the road where they do working on the semis and stuff like that, and then the barn. The original one is what Dennis started with. Dennis and
that's where
we'll have Dennis on the show next week. It sounds like we're talking some outlaw garden tractors next week as well. So Ed Evercott.
They've really expanded their business from tractors
because that's where it started.
Yes,
but yeah, they're working on stock stuff, high performance stuff. They do a little bit of everything, and Fair Valley pumps, and they'll take care of the injectors. They do a lot of stuff for the Badger State guys. So let's also talk about. You want to go to Ellsworth right now?
Sure.
Let's bring up their Facebook page.
Yeah.
That's one of the polls that has asked us to help us promote them this year. So Showdown in Kurdtown coming up. Doug Borth got a hold of us. I know you'll also work with Matt as well at Wisconsin Pull-In Promoters to be sharing some stuff out about that. But that was NTPA Region 3 Poll of the Year?
Region 3.
Region 3 Poll of the Year last year. So 2 twin tracks up there. Really, really.
First time Grand National Modifieds coming into town.
So that's 2 times they're in Wisconsin, right? Toma? The NTPA mods?
For Grand National mods,
yes. So Ryan's going to bring their Facebook page up. So Showdown in Kurdtown. So we checked that out. Hey, they changed it. So something new up there. Because I
believe this is probably their new flyer, possibly.
Well, click on it. Let's see what happens.
Nope, it's just a half picture.
They got Linehan's Green Power on there when it was a super farm.
Maybe it's a little bit older flyer.
And that's Carlson's 3.6 truck, right? They're from Minnesota. So Matt posted that. Oh, that's Wisconsin Pulling Promoters Showdown in Kurdtown. Matt did that. You went to their event. Yeah, so Matt's involved
that
with
was
that.
The first thing that popped up on Facebook.
Good deal.
So Matt already has.
So Matt nailed it.
Yeah.
There's Doug Borth there. That's an aerial photo, courtesy of More Photos. They do a lot of for NTPA. You talked to them before, right? Did you run them in Ridgeland?
Black Smoke Photography.
Black Smoke Photography.
Yes, out of West Salem. They have the Hot Wire Super Farm.
Yes, the Larsons.
Yes, Larsons. Yep. And
excellent.
Got a chance to talk with Tammy, I believe.
Yep.
It's been a few months, and she does a lot of the entry trailers for the WTPA event as well.
Awesome.
So we'll get a chance to see her coming up.
But that's a big pull coming up Saturday, June 10th, up in Ellsworth, Wisconsin, and they have good food too there. They have their cheese curds. So, is Matt bashing us on there?
Oh no, he said
Is he being good?
indoor scale too.
Ooh,
So they're gonna have an indoor
yeah, you can see
scale.
that. You can see the house right back there,
right
the shop.
there. So they go through an indoor scale and then they must go this way or back around.
Yeah, it's a heck of a good pull. And we're happy to be promoting that for Doug Borth, and so is Matt doing it for Wisconsin Polling Promoters
Yeah, great,
as well.
great fundraiser for their FFA and a lot of local charities up in that.
Do you want to bring up
Wisconsin.
Hawthorne Tire and Curing,
Yeah.
one of our other sponsors? Bring up their Facebook page or website. Probably their Facebook page. That's where Mark seems to stay more active with new pullers. A lot of chatter about tires right now on the internet and the size of them and different things like that. We're not going to get into all the pulloff.com gossip.
Yeah.
But
Who knew tires could be so much of a
hey,
gossip?
pullers, I guess, are always pushing the edge.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you could order a different size. I thought when you got 24.5, you get a 24.5. So there's the Little Green Giant, your 2016 points champion for Badger State. Light limiteds.
12 times.
12 times. Yeah. You go down to their shop in Monticello, Wisconsin. They have a room just full of trophies and plaques and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool. But if you're looking for any size tire, new, used, rims, I mean, he's an authorized Kaiser wheel, and there's a Kaiser wheel there. Let's see, got one set of 20.8s. Let's scroll down 1 second. What's he got there? That's his most recent post 7 hours ago. A set of 20.8 Firestone radials can top cut or front cut to your spec or run them as 20.8 radial all traction, 10 plies. Casings look like brand new. We'll also be double cutting these for $24.75. So there you go. There's these
And
new
then,
pro.
yes.
These are the 20.8 Pro Polar tires.
Yes.
So, and that looks like a 24.5.
Probably freshly cut too.
Yeah. So, but that's a new Pro Polar tire. That's a good looking tire there,
Yeah.
and you're going to see that on a lot of farms and your pro farms and different things like that. So, and what else? If you keep scrolling down a little bit, what else does he have? Click on the See All button. So
Here's from his latest post,
okay,
and then so this is another set.
yeah, Firestone 24.5, 10 ply pullers, Midwest aluminum rims, $47.50. So I think a new set of 24.5s is used in that $9,000 to $10,000 range. Those
Here's
are the Kaiser rims.
wheels.
So really, really sharp on it like that. He can do all different kinds of inserts for you and stuff like that. So get a hold of Hawthorne Tire Curing. You want to bring up ISP? They were the first polling association to get involved with Let's Go Polling. I'm not sure how up to date.
Matt said Mark's going to be on April 12th
Okay.
on his show to talk about the Greene County Fall Nationals.
Perfect. That'll be awesome. Matt's doing a good job. He is your go-to for your Wisconsin polling. Does a nice job with that, and we're happy to have him involved with our events as well. So here we are, ISP Illini State Pollers.
Oh, look who's on the cover.
What weird? No, let Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
catch up.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say. I don't think
I need a faster internet.
Yeah.
So here's your 2016 point champions from ISP. They have a light super stock class. Enjoy Wine. Brandon always posts videos of them and different things like that. If you want to scroll down, what's their latest photo there? That was 20 hours ago. Facebook's slow. It's baseball season. We don't care. Yeah, I think Sidetrack started that meme. I think that went
Not
viral
quite
for
baseball
Andrew
season,
guys.
but we had spring training.
That's a deer processor super farm. So down there,
Okay.
and they cut
They're,
meat and stuff like that. So that's an NGPA Region 2 tractor. I think they run some Grand Nationals. Well, I saw that tractor at Bowling Green last year. Attitude is everything. The funny memes. The poop on their head there. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's kind of meme season right now.
It is.
So.
Well, there's not a lot of pulling going
No.
on. So You got to post funny stuff every now and then too. It keeps everybody involved. So again, if you're watching the show, it's Monday night, March 20th. We're going to be calling the Cornhusker Classic team in about 10 minutes. Ryan and I are just talking about our sponsors right now. We want to know what you find entertaining at a poll besides the poll itself. I know Matt does Wisconsin Polling Promoters. He does a lot of polls about food. People, they want good food at these events. We're trying to do the pedal polls at our events now. We have pedal polls, trying to bring an extra entertainment.
The bounce houses that come in for the kids.
We're doing a craft show at Mayhem, for the wives and ladies. Trying to do a
Swap meet
swap
as
meet
well,
get going.
so.
Adding camping to your event can be a big thing. This year we're trying at all three events we're going to do the band afterwards with $10 all you can drink beer. So $10 cover to the band, but then free beer. Just trying different things like that. We always run a shuttle from the hotels in town and the campgrounds in town to help everybody out. So, and to bring up ITPA, Illinois Tractor Polling Association. Find out what's going on with those guys. So they had a group page set up, and then Rodney Crum set up their new Facebook page, and it looks like they've been doing a good job with it. So, and if Rodney Crum's involved with it, they're going to have some good photos and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I believe that's where he started out taking most of his photos
Okay.
was with ITPA.
If you don't know what we're talking about Rodney Crum, PowerandNoisePhoto.com. I think for $25 a year, or $40 a year.
I think 30.
$30
a year.
Every
Whenever
poll
you
he's
start.
at, he does live
Yes.
results. Yep.
And I know he's been trying to get
365
a few more people involved, so there's more live results from across the country.
Yep.
Because he can only be at one place at one time,
Right.
and then sometimes he sends Julie. He'll be somewhere Macville weekend, and they go up to Macville.
Okay.
And so they try to be at a couple different events as well.
So let's scroll down through the Illinois. I'll do that while you're looking for comments. See if anybody's got any good stuff. There's that one again. The baseball season, we don't care.
Amanda says access to the pits, and then of course things for the kids to do.
Yep, great.
Because they're only going to sit for so long, depending on their age. So
Yeah. So St. Peters, Missouri is June 9th. Piatt County is June 16th for ITPA. Holsatzer's Lutz Agency. They're a car dealer, I think. 'Cause I've seen.
we got the King Bausman's in the house.
Stevie's in the house.
Yeah.
Good. Is he going? Are they going to the Cornhusker Classic or the Bausmans? We'll have to bring that up.
Yeah, I would think so. But
So look at the ITPA webpage right now.
Brian
looking.
Thieding says good announcer.
Brian lives over in Sauk, right? I think so.
Loganville?
Loganville area? Okay. I know he's just a little east of
yeah.
us. Do you know there's a town called Leland, Wisconsin? I went to the fish fry with Greg and Kelly Elsing Friday night over there.
What was the name?
Leland.
Yes.
Okay. It's a PF and C or something?
Yes.
Yeah, so shout out to Leland.
Yeah.
Woo woo. So just kind of looking through here. Danny Schnitker had a kid. Danny and Tammy, congratulations to them. So, that's what's good about the Facebook pages, because pulling is family. You know what I mean? So, but those are our great sponsors there. And, of course, Waterstone Mortgage, because I need you people to buy loans for me so I can afford to go tractor pulling. But if anybody,
Lime Ridge.
in all seriousness, we're having a open house seminar for first-time home buyers next Tuesday, the 28th in Fenimore. But I have helped a lot of pulling fans and pullers already with refis and purchases and new construction from Missouri to Ohio, helping a puller in Florida right now. So one of my buddies. And so reach out to me. I'll take care of you guys. And let's bring up the Cornhusker Classic. And let's kind of go through either their website before we get Melissa and Dale Nelson on the phone. So Melissa's the gal that you see at Gordyville up there doing results. I've never met Dale before, but
And I believe she does Does she have
Western
Western
Series,
Series too? She does the
and
entry.
Amy Jo
Yes.
Estes helps with that as
Yes.
well. So Husker Pole Promotions. There's your website, everybody. Ryan's going to bring that over. So it looks like the big like PPL stuff is like in Nebraska bushes. What's up?
Brandon Holcomb says, "You guys think Bausman's going to miss a pole within 1,000 miles?"
No. They're probably there already.
I think they drove over to Waupun last year.
Yeah.
Just from Southwest.
They are.
Minnesota
They are
to
if there was a
Waupun.
most dedicated puller award, the Bausmans would get it.
Yeah, I would think so.
They run like a Grand National Champions Tour schedule
Yeah.
in the Western Series,
Pretty
but they
much.
they're
Yeah.
great. They're
Oh,
great. And I'm excited about Worthington, Minnesota. It's PPL this year, Western Series. Our Badger State 3.0 diesel trucks or
Yes.
limited pro diesel trucks are going over there. So Jamie and Thomford and Funks and who else is in that class? Will be all the pullers in there.
well,
Van Heisens are going 3.6.
3.6, so they won't.
Is it Heisen or Husen?
Husen, I think.
Husen. Talked to those guys at the spring
Yeah,
banquet. a little bit.
they're going up a class.
Yep, they're going to 3.6 pro stock.
I would assume if Jeff Helpt is available,
Yeah.
they'll swing over there as well.
So, but that'll be fun, and it's a pretty good hike. But it'll be good to get some exposure for those guys. And I know Jamie and Mark and the guys like pulling against different trucks they normally don't get to. So,
Yeah, well, they were trying to get to a Western Series hook last year, just the schedule didn't work out.
6th annual Cornhusker Classic. We're going to get our promoters on the phone with us a little bit, but this gives Ryan and I a chance to kind of go through it with you on your while we're watching the show.
So we'll bring up the classes here. 3
Okay.
nights.
So
Or
Thursday-
four sessions.
Okay, so Thursday night is
Yes.
your at 9 a.m. So that's National Antique Tractor Pullers
Yes.
Divisions
Free,
1, 2.
This is a free event.
Okay,
Just
free
for
event
Thursday.
for Thursday. Okay, cool.
So you got your, I don't know if it's like a pretty good jackpot there for.
Yeah, $500 to
Yeah.
win.
So,
That's awesome.
so if you're into the antique pulling out in Nebraska, which I think they have
A lot.
yes,
A lot.
out in that area.
Yep.
So that's a free event starting out the show, and of course Friday night, 7 p.m. 4 classes lined up: 9,200 pound super farm, 6,000 super stock tractors, 6,000 modifieds, and 85 limited pro stocks qualifiers. So they'll have 2 sessions for that. I believe it's like a hot farm class, right? The limited
one?
pro stock, the 8,500.
Yeah, that's a 466.
466.
That's what Grimes are jumping into.
Yes.
That's 466 with the 24.5s on it.
Yes.
Yep.
And of course, then they'll move into their Saturday afternoon, 8,500 limited pro stocks. Limited, with another qualifier, 6,200 pro stock 4x4 trucks, and 3,000 RPM hot farm tractors. So kind of a great, kind of start out to the day, and then they round out with the evening. They have the finals of the 85 limited pro stocks, 6,500 unlimited super stocks.
And that is unlimited. Like that's like Bryce Terry. And,
yes.
And the full.
So essentially, your light super stocks, what you run on the Grand National,
correct,
or
Champions
regional
Tour.
or the Champions Tour. 9,500 limited pro, your guys' class.
Yeah.
And
the remedy will not be there. We're kind of it's in different sections of the shop right now. We're freshening it up for getting ready for 17. So.
And an 8,000 pound. I believe this will probably be 3.0 trucks, not 2.6. I would imagine.
Where you at?
Because it's going to be Western Series.
Well, no. See now, here's the deal.
Nebraska
this is
Busch?
and the Western Series picked up a new class called Pro Street Diesel Trucks.
Oh, okay.
And it's a 2.6 smoothbore. And the idea behind that was when 3.0 was 3.0 a couple years ago with the 2.6 slotted cover. This is like a step up for the 2.5 work stocks to get themselves on that state level.
Yeah, because I know Clint's been working on this for the last couple of years to get into the Western
I think I
Series.
talked to John Mears and he said it's going to be Pro Street Diesel Trucks. It's a 2.6 smoothbore, and then we're going to have our 3.0 Limited Pro, which is a 3.0 smoothbore, then the 3.6. So this is going to be a great class. So
it'll be interesting to see.
It's going to be a good entry class because you don't need a drop box reverser and all the stuff for that in the 2.6 smoothbore class. And the trucks are still probably making 900 horse.
I would imagine because of the 2.5. That's where the 2.5 trucks here in Southwest Wisconsin.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for that class because I really think we talk about it in the show a lot, but we really think we're always going to have great tractor classes. But I think diesel trucks and I think mini rods really bring in new fans into the event. So. But again, if you're just joining us, this is Jason Schultz. I'm in the blue. Ryan's in the Badger red. Ryan Zolik, he's going out to Lincoln this weekend to check everything out. We're going to call the promoters here in a few minutes. They couldn't come on until about after 7:30. So we've been talking sponsorship. If you're following along in the comments, but I want people to type in what at a poll makes it more entertaining than just the polling itself. Yes, I know everybody wants a fast show. They want the track to get ready as soon as they can. But what other things? And we've had comments like stuff for the kids and good food and a lot of different things like that. So it's exciting to see what's all going on there. But this is a huge pull in Lincoln, Nebraska at the Lancaster Event Center this week. Thursday is free for all the NT classes, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going there. So what do you got for prices, Ryan?
Yeah, so all sessions, if you can make it all 3 sessions, $50 for all 3 sessions.
That's cheap.
Yeah, or $20 per session, either for Friday or $20 for both sessions, or per session on Saturday. So it'd be $40 essentially for all day Saturday.
And how long is the track there? Do you remember?
I believe Clint said it was in that 240 range.
Okay.
240 to 250 range.
Just like
Gordyville.
They have room to keep a lot of the tractors inside, too, right?
I believe so. It's like this big. It's a big horse arena, too.
Okay.
And then I believe they have an extension. I believe I could be wrong. I'm sure someone would correct.
So we also talked about the Smoky Mountain Shootouts is this weekend as well. That's in Tennessee, we think.
Yes, Tennessee.
I know. I've seen a lot of posts going on about that.
This will be the second annual.
Yep, and then the Prairie
pole.
Yeah, it's a big garden tractor pole.
Huge garden
in Des Moines,
tractor
Iowa.
Yes.
So. And I've seen some good
videos. Chuck
of
is going up there or something.
Chuck might be. We haven't been watching the comments very good. So let's bring up the Cornhusker
Melissa
class.
said you are right. So I'm assuming maybe they're getting onto the diesel truck.
Yeah, good.
Someone mentioned T-shirt cannons, which was very popular in Louisville this past winter.
And then the only time really that the sled had its issues.
Yeah, and they did a great job of then they decided to move into the unlimited super stocks there, or the open super stock class,
so
which
we'll
worked
leave
out
those
great.
pages up so when we get Melissa and Gail on the phone. Try to find their Facebook page. Do you find their Facebook page for me? Put it back on our smiling mugs.
Yes.
So again, thanks for joining us. We do this every Monday night. Will Witt has stepped up. He'll be on Wednesday nights now with his Let's Grow Pulling East Coast edition. Really, his main wheelhouse is the Dragon Motorsports. Does a lot of good videos. Has a great Facebook page and stuff like that. Oh, Ahoy was last weekend.
Yes.
And the Glot tractors got beat over there.
Videos up.
Yeah, that Maximum wrist tractor laid down a hell of a pass. You could never judge like a pulling tractor on just one. You know that, but
their
it laid
track,
down
I
a
believe,
pass.
is like less than 200 feet.
So they had to get on it.
So it's pretty short track because it's only 80 meters.
So. But Will was messaging me on Facebook, and he was like, "Yeah, you look at the fireworks, look at the cheerleaders, look at the lights. I mean, they dim the whole crowd down."
I mean, and all the lights are off, and except for the track lights.
Yeah.
So all the focus is on the vehicle.
Cool. It looks like the Laker games. Remember when they used to do that?
And then when that tractor comes on, I believe it's spotlighted on too. So I mean, your whole focus is on the vehicle, and of course, I mean, I think every time they get a full pull, then of course they have the fireworks. So
we do all that. It's just a cool event, and I'm glad to see American tractors go up there.
They had that preview video from last year. I don't know if you caught that.
Yes,
leading up to it, which was really
that
was really cool. Maybe get some subtitles.
That's fine, so you can read it. So it looks like we got some event pages for the Cornhusker Classic. So Those look like event pages.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if they have an actual Facebook page. We'll have to ask Melissa when we get on there, when we get her on the phone. But definitely, so the website was Husker Pole Promotions. That's where you can find all the information on there. Weather, I'm assuming the weather looks good for this weekend, right?
Yeah, I
So
believe
it's
it's
gonna be
said
in the 40s here, right?
lower 60s out in Lincoln.
That'll work.
Yes.
That'll work.
It won't be the warmest indoor pole because Cloverdale is 65. So we'll see if we beat that. Then that was in January. So
One of my buddies, Ryan Keller, was up snowmobiling last weekend. He was up in Houghton in that area, up in the UP, and he said it's getting towards the end. So
yeah, I would imagine even with
cool logo. I like that. This is the 6th annual, and it's part of Nebraska Bush, right?
Yeah, I believe that's who really started this poll for them, and then of course they became like a state organization with the Pro Polling League a couple of years after they started the event. So
that's really good. I know Clint and the guys are heading up there to help out and watch, and I know Brandon will be up there as well, and we'll get a good zap on what's all going on here. 140-foot drag strip in Des Moines. So Brandon Heller commented on that, or no, I bet Chuck commented on that.
yeah, it looks like Will had kind of some audio issues last week, but that's something.
Yep.
And I believe, in my opinion, I think it was the
It was his broadband. Because remember we were in the basement.
Yep.
And my wife's
I knew
laundry
right
room-
away once it was because it was just the audio.
We were trying to run the show on Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And I think that's what he tried to do too. But once we went hardwired and plugged in, we were good to go.
Yeah.
But he had a good picture. He had good sound when it worked once he got it turned up. And then Brandon, of course, doing his video show Thursday night. That's just awesome. Just awesome. So very, very good there. So again, hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm gonna get my calls lined up.
Look at they got 433 people just interested in the event, and already 204 that on their events.
That's what's cool about Facebook.
So.
If you're a promoter and you don't have an event page, you need to get on that with Facebook. And they're super easy to make. And if somebody doesn't know what they're doing, just call one of us or get a hold of us on Facebook. It takes literally just a few minutes to get them set up. And it really allows you to kind of get a good feel for what's going on. And they have, actually, Facebook is doing this Eventbrite thing now where you can sell tickets online to your events.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to stay away from that for our events.
Yeah,
but I mean, for certain things
kind
it can work
just
well.
kind of look and see where it goes. That's something definitely for the future because people do like kind of buying in advance too, because then they don't have to wait in line once they get to the event. So. They can just go.
Now, have you been out to Lincoln before?
No, this will be first time.
Okay.
This will be a rookie out there. So
you keep yakking. I'm going to get these guys on the phone. This will be our first ever conference call one.
Okay. So you know how to run a conference call?
I think so. So you just keep yakking.
So this could be interesting, folks.
So again,
Jason's trying to get a conference call going.
If you're just joining us, my name is Jason Schultz. I'm in the blue. Ryan Zolik, our engineer's in the red. He's going out to Lincoln this weekend. I would go, but I'm going to Western Michigan with my son for soccer camp. Kalamazoo.
Are you going to roll the boat?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, he's in Minnesota now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I understand, yeah. And then we're gonna head out to. Then we got more soccer with Olympic Development Program on Sunday. So I have a busy soccer weekend with my oldest son, Riley.
You'll be doing just as much driving as me. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's like 8 hours out there, so it's all good. So okay, I'm gonna set off. You keep yakking about Cornhusker or whatever Zolik wants to talk about.
So this should be definitely interesting. Let's see, who do we got here for comments?
Will you be ready to plug them in when I get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, someone said that we'll get you an audio mic and you could just be out in Western Michigan
I love it.
yapping. So,
I love
yeah. Unfortunately, no, neither of us will have a mic announcing at the Cornhusker Classic this weekend. So, yeah. They seen your audition from Gordyville, so yeah.
I was well behaved this year.
Till Saturday night, right?
Yes, I was not as behaved. The carousel got me.
But yeah, that is true. But again, bit busy weekend for indoor polling. Once again, we got the 6th annual Cornhusker Classic. Jason's going to be getting Melissa and Dale on the line. They'll be they're kind of the head go-to people. If you have any questions, I know they had a registration date earlier, so you did have to be registered earlier before this event so they can get the programs all scheduled up. Again, this weekend, 23rd through the 25th, starting out with antique polling with the National Antique Tractor Pullers Association, 9 o'clock. They had Divisions 1, 2, and Top Cuts, Divisions 3, 4, and 5. 500 to win the jackpot for the 4750 5 mile per hour and the 5250 8 mile per hour. Oh, okay, yep. Yep, and then of course, as Eric just said, the Smoky Mountain Shootout out in Tennessee as well. So A wide range of polling this weekend. So if we'll maybe get some information on the Smoky Mountain Shootout on their classes. So again, Friday night sessions starting at 7 o'clock. Nebraska Bush Pullers. They got their 9,200-pound Super Farm tractors, 6,000 Super Stock tractors. So kind of a light Super Stock. I believe that no component for that class there. They're 6,000 modified tractors. I got to see them. A couple of them run last fall. And I was down in Union City, Missouri. So they have a couple turbine tractors and then single engine modifieds as well. So a great class of modifieds they'll have there. And then the first round of 85 limited pro stocks, which is a 466 class, will take the top 5 to Saturday night. Then they'll have round number 2 on Saturday afternoon, as well as 6,200-pound pro stocks. They're both there?
So
you did a good job.
I did it.
Okay, so we'll see how this goes.
Listen, Dale.
Yeah. Give us 1 second. We'll switch over here. Okay, Melissa, Dale, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Wonderful.
Great. Busy week ahead, I would assume here.
Yeah, this is the week of the event. Yes, it is.
So during the week of the event, have you guys already started, I assume, prepping? Have you guys got into the arena yet and started prepping the track as first full night then?
I think Melissa's got a picture on Facebook. This morning we had elephants in our pulling building because the Shriners just got done having a Shriner event in the same building, and so we had 3 elephants in this building, and it was kind of like, whoa, how we're going to get these rascals out. And they're gone now. You don't even know they were here, but that was kind of funny. When we first seen them, we thought, hey, maybe the Vanguard Motorsports could get some kind of harness and we could have an elephant pull that sled. But
hey, I think probably could be a first there.
Yeah, but it was kind of funny when you come walking in here and them big animals are in here. It's like, oh my, but they're all gone. You don't even know that they were here. But
yeah.
So
I
yes,
actually posted that.
yeah, Melissa posted that one picture of it, and so where are we at right now? A lot got done. So there was carpet in the pulling track area. They laid carpet during that event of the circus. That's all been rolled up and gone. The smoke hose is in position, done, connected, hooked up. The warm-up station is in position for the diesels, and the bleachers are in place. There was a few bleachers in here, but now all of them are in here, and corral panels are in position. So we got a lot done today. It's kind of interesting how when you come here 8 in the morning to where we are now, a lot has been done. So
yeah, we found the picture of the elephant here. So
yeah. You should see the pile of hay in here. It's like, oh my, but you don't even know it was here. It's kind of interesting. A lot of people, you'll say that and they'll go, really? Yep, they were here. So today a lot of the working equipment came in, motor graders, tractors, water wagons, disc chisel, all that stuff gets brought here. There's nothing here to use. You gotta go fetch it and bring it in. And so that was today. Let's see, we got a sound system hung in and playing right now. The event center has a sound system, but it has to be quiet. It's not set up for motorsports,
yeah.
And so we put a different system in, and that's in and running. So yeah, beautiful day today. Been a great day to have a pull. It's 68 degrees up here.
Yeah, I mean, we hit 60 degrees here in Wisconsin, so great.
And I have you all beat in Missouri. It was 86 degrees here today.
Hey, we will take 60 degrees compared to what we had last weekend around this time. So We had 4 to 5 inches of snowfall. So.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. Here in Nebraska, we haven't had much snow this year. It's one of our drier years. Even kind of making some records now, how dry it's been. But let's see. They are kind of talking maybe some rain later in the week, but that hopefully won't bother anybody. Maybe that's the thing we need.
Yeah.
If it's too nice outside, people won't come this way. They'll have an excuse. They got to come and see some tractor and truck pulling going on. So, let's see here. What else can I tell you about it?
So we're at the Lancaster Event Center, which is on the eastern side of Lincoln, correct?
Kind of northeast part of Lincoln. Yep. Pretty easy to get here if you're on 80. When you're coming from the east, it's easy. A nice exit. There's a nice sign that tells you Lancaster Event Center coming off of 80. If you're coming on Highway 2, 84th Street, I think there's a sign out there too that says Lancaster Event Center. Just look for it and come from the southeast. And if you're coming from the west, same thing. There's a nice sign to get there. So that is nice. We got some nice major roads to get here pretty easy.
Yeah, so I'll be, if you didn't get a chance to listen earlier, I'm actually going to be coming out with my dad. So for the first time, we'll be heading Saturday. We won't be there for Friday. It's about a 7-hour drive for us here from southwest Wisconsin.
That's
so
neat. You guys are coming?
Yeah.
Good.
So hopefully do a couple live videos for the Beer Money Pulling Team Facebook page. And
good.
Looking this will be, I don't get a chance to see these types of vehicles or these vehicles too often. That run with the Nebraska Bush Pullers and the Western Series, so just a chance to see some different iron.
Yeah, that's great. When you guys are here, it'd be kind of neat to have you guys walk out on the track before we get started and kind of introduce yourselves, because everybody always likes to see face and name.
Jason's actually heading the opposite direction to me. He has to go to Michigan for his son has some soccer he's soccer training.
Yeah.
Out in Western Michigan University. So.
Okay.
So he's heading the opposite way than me, but.
Hey, as long as you're there, Ryan.
Yeah, we can maybe Skype him in or something.
No. You don't need me.
Okay. There's a lot of neat things can get done nowadays. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Chris Kirkowite, is he the announcer? Chris Kirkowite?
Yes, I believe Chris. The announcers is Chris, right? Chris is going to be, and then.
Tim Weinhammer.
Tim Weinhammer, yes, from Texas, right? I believe someone mentioned.
Yep. I can't remember what town, but yes, he's from Texas.
He's from
the two
Fredericksburg.
Okay. They work pretty good. Tim's pretty good in between classes to talk to the crowd and keep them going that way, and Chris does a great job introducing the driver and family and who's all involved in the tractor or truck. And so, both guys do a really nice job.
So if you're just tuning in to here on Let's Grow Pulling Live, we have Dale and Melissa with the Cornhusker Classic coming up this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln, Nebraska. We were talking about, we think this is like the last big indoor pulling weekend before we hit the outdoor season, so it's kind of a last effort for a lot of the higher horsepower vehicles, so get some indoor and maybe even some test and tune for them before they hit the outdoor season as well. And you guys kind of hit the western front of the indoor pulling season.
Yeah, you're right. There's some vehicles that got new engines in them, and they have asked if they could make a test pass and that. So yeah, you're right. It's ending the winter season, but also getting ready for the summer season. So kind of interesting how that it goes on, or anymore now there's pulling season kind of year-round anymore. You need to be set up for indoors, and you need to be set up for being outside. So, kind of interesting how that has changed.
Yeah. Yep, so we'll get Melissa in on here. So how did the registration go? When was the deadline for registration?
Deadline was actually March 1st.
Yes, a few weeks ago. And did you get, let's see, is the driver's list up on the website now?
Yes, it is.
We can bring that up here.
Yep.
There we go.
It's kind of interesting that Melissa can go on this, where we started our first year to where we are now at hooks. We have gained a nice amount of hooks. So
yeah, when you
go ahead and you can explain that.
Yeah, when you're at 10 or more per class, that's pretty good. That means a lot of drivers are looking forward to this event, and that's good for the Nebraska bush pullers as well. Because I know when you guys first started this event, and now where it's gone, it's definitely grown tremendously.
Yeah, it is nice that. Well, Nebraska Bush was with PPL, and so now we got the Western Series also. But yeah, it's kind of nice when you got a set of rules that everybody can kind of come and make their truck or tractor fit, and which it helps the promoter too. You kind of got something this is what you got to have, and that. So yeah, that is kind of pretty cool when you can say you can get tractors from out east. I think Melissa can correct me on this, but we're at 8 or 9 states now coming. So that's kind of neat to say that people are willing to load them and bring them that far away. So.
Yeah, and Melissa, so what will be kind of your role throughout this week leading up to like a Friday night?
My role, I actually will get up there on Wednesday, get all the pit parking stuff lined out, marked out, and then help with the antique portion of the show. And then as we get out of the antique portion, which will run all day on Thursday, we'll start bringing vehicles in Thursday night after that concludes and get them parked into the pit parking building. And then they'll come into the office and check in and get their, obviously sign the insurance waiver and get their bands and their passes. And then we'll have that sporadically all day on Friday, people checking in and getting moved in and keeping the announcers' books updated, keeping the website updated, payout, a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Yes. And how have you been helping since the first Cornhusker Classic, or how long have you been helping? So.
Yes, I've been there all 6 years.
Yeah, so could you just kind of explain the event, maybe for someone like me that's first time going, what to expect, or about the facility, what kind of goes on, before or after the poll? Do you guys, what time the pits open?
The pits will be open throughout the day. We'll be moving vehicles in and out. We are going to shut that pit area off to the general public prior to start time. Being the first year in a new building, getting the flow of things, we want to eliminate as many people out of that building as possible as we're starting to move things around, just to keep everybody safe.
Yeah,
But yeah, people are allowed to go back there and stroll around and look at the vehicles prior to that shutdown. We'll have a driver's meeting 2 hours prior to start time every night. Then we try to start opening ceremonies around, 15 minutes prior to actual start time. That way we, get going on time.
Yeah, especially, looking at your lineup here, and, you're averaging at least 10 to almost 15 per class. So that's a good number for each class to get down the track, and a lot of variety of classes as well you guys have.
Yeah, we've got the biggest turnout we've ever had for 9 different states, and it's a lot of good equipment.
Yeah, and
a lot of good irons.
Yeah, and that's that's great, and that because I'm assuming you're kind of probably maybe expanding a little bit eastward as well now with those states with vehicles coming.
Something I guess I want to add. I think we got to be like the only poll at this time that we have the National Antique Tractor Poll Association here, and then now we also have the PPL. So it's 2 different worlds. You can start with your older tractors from 1937. They have to have rubber tires on them up to, I think it's 61 now with what's classified an antique. So it's kind of neat that you can have that on Thursday and see the different brands pulling during that day, and then here we change it totally, and then we go to the PPL world. So for the public, if you enjoy tractor pulling, you'll get to see from the beginning of slow moving to something that has a lot of speed behind it. So that's pretty cool. For us, in dealing with the track, the antique's kind of like a tighter, drier track. So that's why we kind of have moved them to where they are now. We try to do it some on Friday and some on Saturday. Well, we were running into a little trouble with the bigger tractors. They want a wetter track. Well, when you come inside, whatever you do to that track, that's how that soil stays. So that's why we moved them to a Thursday, because they want a drier tighter track, and so then when Friday and Saturday comes, then we make it wetter and looser for the bigger tractors. They like that. They can get a hold of it and do their thing. So it's in our 6 years we have kind of done some changes. I don't know if you knew that or not, but
Yeah, no, it's always good to, you're always learning from your previous event how to make your next one always better, and that's what's great. Like you guys have talked about, you're up to 9 different states representing this year, and it looks like it's going to be a great show. The weather, like you said, a little bit of chance of rain, but otherwise, temperature-wise, it's going to be great. I think hopefully, we'll have a great crowd as well.
That's what we're shooting for.
Ryan, you were talking about states a minute ago, and you said something about out east. Believe it or not, we actually have Colorado, Iowa, Illinois, Kansas, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, South Dakota, and Wisconsin.
Nice. That's a great little circumference of from all directions coming to shoot it out at the Cornhusker Classic this weekend. So, like we talked about, a little bit of everything. We got tractors starting out on Thursday morning with a few hundred horsepower. By the time you get to Saturday night, you'll be in the thousands of horsepower range. So, just a wide variety of for people. I know, especially in the out in the middle plains or the Midwest area, the antique tractors really brings out a good crowd as well.
Yeah, there's people that enjoy that, and that's fine. I mean, that's why we're kind of offering a little bit of everything. Because you got the people that like the older tractors, and then you have some that enjoy the more power and speed too. So let's see here. There's some other point. Oh, the building. Always want to know what's the length of the track, and that the building is 330 long, and so time you make a sand pile and the sled takes a little bit out of it, we can still squeeze probably a good 270. All depends how we make that sand pile. So it's a pretty decent track for the bigger tractors, and that.
So that makes for a good show. They're still able to get up and kind of get going a little bit before the sled really has to come down hard on them, and that's even good for the diesel trucks as well, since they have the longer wheelbase, so they're able to even get up and go a little bit as well, versus some of the smaller, shorter tracks that you see throughout the indoor polling season. So just going to quickly throw out the ticket prices once again. All sessions for Friday and Saturday, $50. Thursday morning is free. Is that correct for the antique poll?
Yes, Thursday will be.
Yep, so you got the Thursday morning with the National Antique Tractor Pullers, a free session starting at 9 o'clock, and then Friday and the 2 sessions on Saturday. For all sessions, $50 or $20 per session if you can only make it to one or just all day on Saturday. So it'll be $20 for the afternoon and $20 for the night session. So very affordable. With the class lineup you have, you're going to see pretty much every brand represented as well. That's what makes it, I think, a great show as well coming up here in Lincoln.
This year, Melissa can go on more on this. For the 85 Limited Pro, we're splitting that class. We had pretty good interest in that class, and so we're having some on Friday evening, some on Saturday afternoon, and then we'll have a finals for them. We're taking the top 5 out of each session and having a finals on Saturday night. So that'll be pretty exciting. When you get done pulling that class, that should be for the individual that's pulling, that should be pretty exciting. If however you placed yourself, you should have said you done well, hopefully.
Yeah, and just looking at the lineup here, you got 35 entries just for the limited pro stock alone. So kind of a smart move to kind of split them up and have a finals, and so that'll make it very fun. And of course, a lot of local pullers pull in that 85 limited pro stock as well. So you'll probably have good crowd turnout for those tractors coming into Lincoln.
Yeah. And the trucks, we have gained some really, really nice competition in the truck world, so I don't want to leave them guys out. I know we've been talking a lot about tractors, but no, the trucks, there's a lot of great competition in that world. So
you got 12 coming up on the diesel truck side, so great lineup there.
I talked to a young man today as I was fetching equipment and bringing here, and he is all excited about trucks, and he was asking about it. So they're just as important as everything else. So otherwise, we got some neat vendors. So when people do come here early, you can welcome to see the tractors in the pit area, like Melissa mentioned. But an hour before the pull, we'll chase you out of there just because of safety reasons. And then we have some nice vendors that are helping us support our event. So you can walk through. There's a guy, for example, selling, he calls his company Going Nuts. So he sells nuts, of course. We've got cotton candy to tractor parts, frames, tires, all that. So it's a wide range of different things as vendors to entertain people before the show starts. So that's something to remember.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great thing to remember for fans. The pits will be open in the morning, so you get a chance walk around and talk to the drivers. Of course, the vendor. Do you have like a little? Then you talked about vendors. Do you know how many vendors you'll be having at the event for this year?
We do have that. I think Melissa could have the number on that one.
It's roughly 20 different vendors right now.
Sure. So that's a good variety for people to check out before and in between the sessions on Saturday as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now,
it wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. I mean,
yep, sure. If you want to talk about your sponsors here quickly as well, that makes this event possible.
Yes, sponsors are very important on something like this. Their help is much appreciated, and you have to have them to pull it off. There's really no other way of doing it.
Do you have a couple major sponsors they'd like to list offhand, or do you have that you'd like to talk about quickly here, or that they can think of, or
equipment. We got Platte Valley John Deere. They are supplying us with all the working tractors, which is huge. We've got Murphy John Deere with more of the construction world, motor grader, loader, telehandler. We've got Titan Case with the skid steers and lights and a lift that we use for hanging the sound system and banners and things. So really good help there. We have a co-op that helps us with stuff, and then we have Sap Brothers that helps us with all the fuel to keep all this stuff running. It's something you don't think about. You got all these different machines running, they all take fuel, and it's something until you put one of these events on.
Yeah, they're going nonstop for 2 or 3 days.
You're thinking 100 gallons. Oh no, it's like 500-600 gallons of fuel that you'll burn during the weekend, and you'll say, where did we do with all this fuel? Well, it's running all this different stuff, and so yeah, all these people have been great help in giving us things that we need to use. Yeah, very very nice.
And of course, I'm sure.
In Lincoln alone, we have. Currently on our list, we have 43 different sponsors.
Nice. That's like you guys said. It really takes getting those sponsors, and of course, I'm sure you have a great volunteer crew throughout the week. You got the smoke tube crew, those that are on the track crew, the pit drivers moving the vehicles around in and outside. So it really takes a good amount of people to put on a pole this size and to make it run smoothly.
Yeah, you'll use 50, 60 people very easily for the whole event to pull it off, because some people can help you a half a day, one day, but not the whole weekend. So you don't really think of that till you start putting something like this together, and it adds up quickly. So,
yes, it does.
You're right. And have people that enjoys it and are good operators. There's more to it than, I can drive a tractor. Well, okay. And then you put them in the seat, and you go, maybe not. It's sometimes you learn really quickly if they can handle it or not. And a lot of people are uncomfortable, and you've got 3,000 people staring at you, and if you make an error, of course, they see it, and then everybody's embarrassed, and I don't want to drive it anymore. Well, no, you're staying in that seat. Yep.
Yeah, especially if you're the driver of the tractor that's picking up the tractor at the end of the track and moving them off the, if you don't know how to run that 4-point hitch on the back and pick up those tractors in a fast pace, you'll get some buzz on those gossip columns on the next day. But
and I have to, Melissa touched this too. We have a bunch of great help that's been with us. I don't know if you know it or not. It's our 17th year with National Anti-Tractor Pulling Association. It's the same crew from day one to now where we're at today with the PPL world. It's the same guys and gals that help us through it all. And so that's pretty cool that you can keep them excited. And so when you call them saying, hey, here in about a month we're going to need some help, and they're willing to talk to you, and they're excited, yeah, we already got it wrote down. I mean, that's really nice as a promoter that you have that good of help. So, but that's pretty neat. I really, really enjoyed that, or appreciate that.
Yeah, I wasn't for sure if you've seen on your event page for the Facebook, but we seen that before we got you guys on the phone. You had over 200 people that said that they were going on your event page alone, and then almost 450 people that were interested in coming at least one session. So that's a pretty good number right there.
That's huge. That's great.
So,
and Nebraska Bush actually has created an event as well, so they're kind of duplicated.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, this was on just the Cornhusker.
Yeah, correct.
Their own. So that's a great number of people that have responded to the event. From people sharing it, and even to get half of those interested is still a great number. To have just 400 from your social media page here on the Cornhusker Classic Facebook page. Just to bring those in alone, on top of who's coming with the competitors, so you're gonna have hopefully an improved crowd there. Oh, do you know what your seating capacity is with the grandstands on both sides would be if they were at capacity?
I think 3,000 is kind of their number.
Sure.
On that. So after that, then it'll be kind of standing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at now.
Which would be a good problem
down the road, they're looking at maybe building a coliseum, and that'll be more permanent seating. And whenever that year comes, with our event, we'll have to move into that building. And they're considering keeping it the same size or maybe a little bit bigger, so that'd be really neat when that year comes. But for seating here, I think 3,000 is kind of for sitting if you want to sit. Otherwise, you'll have to stand in the beer garden area. So,
and that 3,000 does not include our VIP seating areas either.
Right. That's additional.
Yeah, because you have. Is it kind of set up like where you have the booths along the railing there, kind of like Gordyville is set up with your the VIP set up there?
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you're just tuning in here, we have Melissa and Dale with the Cornhusker Classic coming up this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln, Nebraska. They're starting out their event Thursday morning, 9 o'clock, with the National Antique Tractor Pullers. And then they have 3 great sessions lined up with the Nebraska Bush Puller classes, HuskerPolePromotions.com. They have all their information. They got the drivers lineup up there. A great addition. I should say, their most pullers that they've had for the event. 9 states represented, as Melissa said earlier, as from Colorado all the way east as Wisconsin here we're talking about. So I'm assuming maybe probably got some limited pro stocks heading out your way this weekend from the Badger State Tractor Pullers. And, of course, they compete sometimes on the Western Series and the Silver Series with the Pro Pulling League. Before we let you guys go, anything else you want to say for the event, Dale and Melissa?
41,000 reach.
Right now our video is at 41,000 reach. Just past
that is amazing.
And just to let you know, the Facebook has changed their algorithms as well, so that 41,000, because if you watched earlier in the season, we might have been in the hundreds of thousands. Yep. But they changed their algorithm so it doesn't look as high. But that's what we're thinking. And because the last couple of weeks we've been at 25,000, so we've almost doubled that this week. So.
Oh wow!
We do have.
It's because of Melissa. Jason said.
Thanks, Jason.
She said things. Yeah.
We do have Alan Heyer, Heartland Lift. That's going to be videotaping it and have like a replay. We have added some screens into the the pulling area, so. That's something that's getting more dialed in so people can see the replay if whatever happened to the pull, if it was good or bad.
Yeah.
Some people like that. So that's something we're adding and getting
so this
more
will be
dialed in dialed in on that.
This will be the same setup, same people that come for Gordyville, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Yep. So the screens are great quality screens, and adding that, it's really going to help just make that fan experience even better.
Right. And then we do have the Lucas crew coming from Indiana, coming here. They'll be here too, so that'll be kind of neat. They do a lot of the measurements, whatever the top three are. They have a nice portable TV screen telling you who the top three are. They will be here, so that's a nice addition of them coming all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana. So
yeah, I'm a big proponent on getting any type of information, whether it's video or keeping those distances up for people to see, because whether they just miss it when the announcer says it, or they didn't see it on the replay, just having that available for them at all times is I think it just helps them out as well, so they can keep up with all the action.
Yeah, no, it's a great thing to have, and we're working on that more because people do like that. So.
Yeah, Brandon Holcomb says you guys do a top-notch show. So,
well, thank you. We keep trying. And
yes.
Did you say Brandon said that?
Yeah, Brandon said that.
Thank you. This year is different. We do have a pit building, so the tractor's always been outside prior to this, and we just brought in the session that's pulling. And this year they are going to have a building same size. It's about 320 long by 150 wide, and so we're going to have 160 vehicles, pulling vehicles. Is that right, Melissa? On the number
Roughly.
On that?
Yes,
Roughly.
I'm working on that right now, and I'm at 161 spots open.
Wow, that's great, and so, having that pit area is really going to help too. I think that fan interaction for you.
When people come and walk into that building prior of pulling, you're going to have kind of a wow, because you're going to have trucks, tractors in this one building, and it'll be all three sessions inside. And so this year, we didn't really campaign that. We got to do the logistics of it, of how to park and flow it. But next year, I really want to campaign to have the public come in and look at the vehicles. Because everybody's got some neat work they have done to their tractor truck, and maybe have the public more dialed in. Pick your best down the road, not this year, but pick your best one that you like, and we'll do something more like that down the road. But yeah, this year will be really interesting. And the building is connected. They're just kind of I don't want to say a breezeway. It's not a breezeway. It's all connected like a big tunnel kind of thing, and that's how they'll enter into the pulling area. So so if it's raining outside, the pulling vehicle will stay dry because we'll be totally inside.
Hey, Dale, this is Jason. Thanks for coming on the show tonight. And Melissa, we appreciate all that you do. I'm not trying to cut you off. I just wanted to say thanks.
No.
Promoting a pull, it takes a big risk, and nobody makes a ton of money promoting a pull. So as a puller, I want to thank you very, very much for all that you do. Dale, why do you do this? I want to know why Dale Nelson decided that I want to promote a truck and tractor pull in Lincoln, Nebraska with Melissa. Tell us about yourself a little bit.
Well, I enjoy pulling. Myself, I run an antique tractor, and I joined the National Antique Tractor Pulling in '94 and been with them ever since, and I really enjoy it. And so if it's outdoors, indoors, I always enjoy going to Louisville, Gordyville, wherever they had an indoor pull. So that's my drive. Here in Lincoln, when these buildings got built, I thought, hey, this would be a great place maybe to try antique, which we did. And so 6 years ago, we decided to invite the bigger world, and here we are. Added some more people to the crew, so that's my drive. I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's work. There's no cakewalk putting one of these together, but when you have a good crew and everybody kind of knows what you got to do, sometimes maybe it isn't that bad. But that's my drive. I just really enjoy the sports. Some people like golf. Other things, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not a golf person, so I rather go to a motorsport type event. That's me. I enjoy the sounds, the smells, just the competition part of it.
Will you be competing yourself on Thursday?
Yes,
okay,
I do compete on Thursday.
What class are you going to be running in?
I've been in Division 3. I started out in Division 2. Division 3 is cut tires, and you can go 4 miles an hour, maintain that speed from start to finish if you can. And I kind of pull in the middle of the weight class. They start at 2,500 and go all the way up to 8,500 or more, the 4 to 5,000 pound where I play.
Tell us about your tractor. What kind of tractor do you have? Do you have a name on it? Tell us about your tractor a little bit.
Farmo 300 tractor is what it is. It's kind of like an H, but then Farmo came out with the torque amplifier, and then they kind of had live hydraulics on that tractor. Well, the hydraulics is gone, but I still use the torque amplifier in my pulling world. That's the tractor I made. I wanted to pull light when I made it, and so that's where I'm at. I never did make another one. Thought about it. There's a tractor at home that kind of got started, but I never finished it. I don't know. I guess no special reason.
You're too busy. You're too busy promoting the Cornhusker Classic.
Yeah, so. Yeah. That can be part of it when you're kind of putting one of these together. You know, the last month here now, it's been pretty much tractor at home. I mean, when you come home, you talk about tractors. You know, people with phone calls return to dealing with sponsors, just help. Yeah, it's just tractors at home. My dear wife is very good in letting me enjoy my time right now, but when this is done, then I will be quiet about tractors for a while.
Tell us.
Finish that kitchen.
Yeah, you got to finish the kitchen, Dale.
Yeah, we'll try and finish the kitchen after this is done. Yes, I have heard about kitchen for the last couple of months now, but I will help her and we'll get that done when this is done.
I have a polling friend from Iowa, and they had a John Deere super farm they called My Wife's New Kitchen, the Tellin family, and that was really, 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 really funny to see that. So his wife would come to the poll and say, "That's right, that's my kitchen right there." Can you guys, Melissa or Dale, I don't know who did the advertising for the event, but can you tell us about how you advertised the Lincoln, the Cornhusker Classic in Lincoln, Nebraska coming up this weekend? So what are some of the things you did to promote it, to say the non-passionate pulling fan? Did you do TV? Did you do radio? Kind of tell us about some of the mediums you used.
Well, we used the local radio stations here in Lincoln, and then we went outside of Lincoln and giving away some tickets to the people. And I told the radio station, have them ask some questions, what is tractor pulling? Keep it basic. Can people even answer that question? And so that's how they're kind of promoting it. And we started probably 2 weeks prior our event, so this will be the second week of them advertising. And then we did a local farm magazine called the Midwest Messenger out in this area that hits a lot of homes, and we kind of did an ad in there. And of course, we've been doing Facebook World and word of mouth and stuff.
There's the Farm and Ranch magazine.
Yeah, Farm and Ranch, can't forget them. Right. And you guys been major help with this, so hopefully
social media is huge.
It is really, really huge. So it works really, really well, and that's one thing that we like to help with. I mean, Melissa, I've told you about Beer Money. We just got lucky, or I got lucky naming it Beer Money Polling Team, and before Facebook was public, this page just went crazy. We had 330,000 likes before we ever did, but we try to share everything we out, because my passion, I don't know you that well, Dale. I know Melissa very well, but my passion is I have a limited pro stock tractor. I want more fans in the stands, ultimately to drive more sponsorship back into the sport. I'm 41. I've been going to pulling since I was 5 years old with my dad. I grew up in Iowa State Fair. I watched ITPA and all those associations like that. So we have I pull with Badger State Tractor Pullers. I pull with Lucas Oil. We're going to run Silver Series this year. It's just exciting. It's exciting to do this, and I know what it's like to promote an event too. I help with my hometown events here in Richland Center, and I can't thank you guys enough for what you do, because you really are sticking your necks out there. And Melissa, what fuels your fire? Because you help with Gordyville, you help with the Western Series. What fuels you to do all this?
What fuels me is my non-biological, non-blood related family.
Okay, your pulling family.
I don't do it for me. I do it for everybody else.
Well, we thank you.
That's pretty cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. I guess I learned something new.
You don't ever know when you're going to need some help, and I can tell you I have been saved more than once by a puller because I knew somebody somewhere. You just... it's family.
Yeah, that is true. What Melissa said, because we also show livestock, and I always kind of laugh as we cross to different states, and you kind of mention people that you know in the tractor pulling world. You know, if you'd have truck problems or whatever, she said a mouthful. Yeah, there's a lot of people that we have met across our country, and that would probably be hands down they come and help. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is a pulling family, and you know these are your pulling friends, and you see these people all summer long, and it's good. And that's what makes winter pulling great. You get a chance to get out and meet with everybody again. So, what kind of crowds did you guys see like in year 1 and year 2, and what kind of crowds are you seeing now, or like what was your best year, you know, for crowd wise, Dale or Melissa, whoever wants to answer that?
Well, our first year was the beginning.
Yeah.
When you said the Cornhusker Classic, everybody goes, who, what, where? Even though we're doing antiques, we didn't at that time call ourselves the Cornhusker Classic, so we had to come up with a name because we were doing things from NATPA, the National Antique Pulling World. Now we're going to have to call ourselves a different entity. So that first couple years took a little bit. We still had a nice crowd, but now, last year I think was probably our best year so far, and this year it'll be hopefully more is what you keep shooting for.
Oh, absolutely.
And so yeah, we have grown every year, and everybody now is starting to know who we are and where we're from.
No, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So, yeah, anything else you guys want to add before you go? I mean, we don't want to take up too much of your time tonight, but we really appreciate you coming on and talking about the Cornhusker Classic. It's always great to have the promoters themselves, people that are attached to it, and many, many pullers understand the passion for it. So when you see Dale or Melissa this weekend, be sure to thank them, because it always makes you feel good as a promoter here that people appreciate what you're doing. And not everybody can do what you guys are doing, and not everybody's meant to do that. And kudos to you guys for stepping up and making it happen every year. And thanks again for all that you do to help pulling, because it is, you're out in an area, you know, Lincoln. How many people live in Lincoln, Nebraska? What's the population?
We went over 250,000 now, so we're going from, I don't know where we're at, 270, somewhere's in there now.
So you're bringing pulling to a big city like that, and that's important. And hopefully we can fill that place up for you, help out a little bit.
Yep.
Ryan, I'll look at stats. I know I just looked at the reach a little bit again. It's close to 50,000. So this is one of our better shows we've had in a while. So it tells me people are excited. The weather's getting nice, starting to think about pulling a little bit more. And so great luck to you guys. I really wish I could come out, but I'm going to do everything I can for my kids before I kick them out of the house to go to college. So we'll see what happens.
And you have to.
Absolutely. No,
they go way too fast.
All my friends tell me, my oldest son's a hell of a soccer player, and we're going to Western Michigan to a soccer camp on Saturday, and then we got Olympic development program on Sunday, and they haven't caught the pulling bug like I did. I blame this on my dad. It's my dad's fault that I love pulling so much.
He's got the soccer bug.
Yeah. My kid's got the soccer bug. So, Dale, Melissa, thank you for everything. Good luck this weekend. Ryan will find you guys and shake your hand, and hopefully try to do some live videos for you and stuff like that and promote it, because it's good, Melissa, and we've talked about this at Gordyville, to do some live videos, on Friday night, because and let people know that you're back there on Saturday. And I've seen that work very, very well for people before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And we appreciate, you, Jason and Ryan, for having us on the show and helping on your end as well. I mean, without you, getting the word out is not as easy.
Well, but you're a good friend of mine, Melissa, and I appreciate all that you do. And Dale seems like a decent guy too. You could trick a person for 30 minutes or so, but he seems pretty genuine. So, hey,
thank you for your help, guys.
Yep. Good luck this weekend. Take a deep breath, and just have fun, entertain. That's what it's all about. Entertain. It sounds like you got Kirpka White is a great announcer. I work with him in Mound City. He's very knowledgeable. Have fun with the fans. That's one thing I think we need to, as all promoters, Dale and Melissa, we need to step up the entertainment value, not just the pulling on the track, but the whole experience. And what you're talking about with letting people look at the vehicles and maybe get some autograph signing sessions going. Hopefully that local radio station, Dale, will come out and do some live remotes for you or help you out. Anything, it never hurts to ask. So
that's a good point. Very good point there.
You guys take care. Have a great night.
You too. Have a good night, Jason.
Yep. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
So it's Dale and Melissa from the Cornhusker Classic. Ryan, thank you for interviewing them. So I want everybody else to do this too, like when they're doing their live shows. It's great having a two-man team, because I've been talking to Will Witt a little bit. Like Brandon does that video show that allows him to share. Social media is all about likes, comments, and shares.
Interaction.
So That's why I encourage anybody. I don't care if you don't have to like the Beer Money pulling team. You don't have to like this pulling team or this pulling team. But if you see something pulling related on Facebook, I don't care where it came from, like it, share it to your personal timeline. That's all that you got to do. Mm-hmm. And what that does now is that speeds up the posts on the other stuff too. Because it's a popularity contest. Facebook is a popularity contest.
See it that you're friends with, they'll share it on to their friends,
and it gets on their timeline. And if you have, if your profile is set up as public, it allows to do that. We do a lot with our Instagram page. Starting to do with more Snapchat. I use Google Plus. I try to use all mediums I can. Twitter, I got a couple thousand followers on Twitter. That's probably our smallest social media. I'm even starting to use LinkedIn now. I just think it's all important. I want people to know that we're promoting the sport of pulling.
Twitter. You can link videos to it, but it's more text-based and pictures.
Yep.
And so that's probably why it's a little bit on
But
the
Facebook ran
lower
away
side.
with it. They hit the home run.
Yes.
They're doing an awesome job.
I mean, Twitter's trying to catch up because now you can watch sports on Twitter.
Yes.
So, but they're trying to catch up. But
Yep.
when you only have a 5 or 6 second video, when they did have videos on Vine, who wants, you don't really get to see much.
And you and I talk about this privately, but there's 3 types of pulling fan. There's a super passionate pulling fan like you and I. And I think that's like 15% of your fans that try to go. How many polls are you going to go to this summer? 40?
That'll be close. I have over 50 sessions of polling. So
you don't have a pulling tractor. No. You don't have a pulling truck, but you love it, right?
No.
Then to me, you have
my dad tries.
You have that more than casual fan, if you will, that goes to 2,
fanatic.
3, 4, 5.
It's a fanatic. That's what it is. So.
And then you have your casual fan that goes to their local pull.
Yeah.
And some people don't know that a 4-engine modified exists. You know what I mean? Because in their life of the world, they only see that. Yep. And I'm starting to do some Let's Grow Pulling question of the days. And Ryan Rusink, when he's on his game, if he's listening, he's supposed to be doing that for me. And he actually asked a question about the Cornhusker Classic tonight. But there's parts of the country where trucks rule. Sounds like Keystone's a big truck one.
Yeah, out east. Trucks, semis, that type of.
Our fans are basically in the Midwest. Like we always look at the stats after.
It's still a tractor base.
It's a tractor base, but
I mean, trucks are still
as you bring
very
new fans to the sport, though. And I was glad to hear Dale talk about that. Diesel trucks are huge. Mm-hmm. Kudos to the PPL. They're bringing in this 2.6 smoothbore. Now you can get into a truck for $30,000. Okay, instead where your motor just costs $30,000. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
pullers are always going to pull.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at, say, we'll take Jamie, for example. That truck he bought and then just slowly modified it to where it's at now.
Yep. He was driving that thing to Pulls in Sauk City, I remember, when I first started announcing.
8 years, 9 years ago.
08, 09, 10.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's I'm putting a sponsored push out there right now. I don't need the money to pull. I want the money to pull, but that's not why I want a sponsor. I'm jealous of Joe Ader because he's got Geico. Yeah. I want somebody that I can talk about every week. Wear their shirts, wear their hats, hand out the hero cards. Try this. I'm gonna just keep talking to people more and more and more. I want to land a sponsor because I want to be that John Force. I love John Force of racing. He's got a personality. He's got good. The Remedy's a good running equipment. It's a good tractor. Get it out there. I want to take it to trade shows. I want more kids to sit on it. I want to get it out there. That's why I want a sponsor. I want a big time sponsor. I want to wrap my rig. I want to wrap my tractor. Jeff Hodem, man, with Blaster. I love what he's doing. I love it. Love it.
Carlisle Tools last couple of years with Napa.
And it's just good. It's good to see those big. Lucas Oil has taken that to the next level. I mean, when you sponsor Lucas Oil, you're not just getting the track and tractor pulling. You're getting the boats, the off-road, the drag racing, the whole
late
deal.
Model racing.
And you get on MAV TV, and you get a chance to talk to Dale Despain.
CBS Sports.
It's great. I love it. Everybody's doing a good job. You and I are very close to PPL because that's what I pull in, and you follow
Badger
Jamie
State
and us. That's what we do.
It's a state organization, but we do try to expand out.
We do a good job of sharing everybody's information. They send something to the page, we share it out, and that's what it's all about.
We got Showdown and Curdown, an NTPA, WTPA event.
And thank you to them for coming on there. Yes. All we want to do is put more butts on your bleachers, right? I know somebody Pruitt always says that, butts in the seats. More fans in the stands. However you say it, that's what I want people to do because it's a great sport for $10 or $15.
Well, when Joe was talking last week, when he got a chance to go down to Talladega last year, and he was the most interactive sponsor booth, I believe he said.
Yep.
I mean, because they're NASCAR fans. But they never knew that you could put 4 engines on a vehicle.
Yeah. Remember the 6 and 7 engine days?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And have as much horsepower as the whole Daytona 500 in one vehicle.
It's awesome.
I mean, because that fan base, they're automotive. Yep. And that's, when they see basically 4 dragster engines on this one chassis.
So I'm going to wrap up the show with this, Ryan. Help us all grow pulling. How can you help us? How can the average person help us grow pulling? Share, comment, interact with anybody's social media that does stuff for pulling. If you see a pull, share it to your page. Share. because trust me, guys, it's a small snowball. It's a small snowball. We watched, the Beer Money Pulling Team page grow, and it's organic now. It just keeps growing and growing and growing just because of the pure out there, and that's how we got to do this. So we need help from everybody doing it every day. Every time you're just sitting there, don't just look at stuff. Share it to your timeline. Share it to a page. And I need all my admins. Brandon does the majority of our stuff, but we need all of our admins to do more. Just keep sharing. So. Thank you for all that you do, Zolik, for pulling. Have fun in Lincoln. Try to get some video there, and be sure to talk to Melissa and Dale.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and
send us some selfies. And next week you can wrap up Cornhusker. We're going to talk to an Outlaw Garden Association guy that's growing the Ed Avercamp. I think it's Avercamp approached me about coming on the show. We'll still need to have Mary Womble's husband on from the Wampus Cat. Jody wants to come on the show. Got a lot of guests. Marty Wilson's hooking us up with some two-wheel drive. I'm going to get a Craig Corzine. Got a lot of stuff going on. Get a hold of John Mears.
It's going to be a great lead into the outdoor pulling season.
We're going to talk to John Mears pretty soon about PPL and what they got going on this season. And
of course, Motorsports Mayhem is just around the corner.
Yeah, our event here at Richland Center. Go to hybridredneck.com. Great test and tune. We pretty much have a class for everybody for test and tuning and getting that first run, the shakedown run, and just excited. So just keep your passion up, everybody. Keep having fun. Keep living the dream. Don't let anybody tell you no.
First day of spring.
Don't let anybody tell you no. Happy spring, Ryan.
Yes.
Happy spring.
And of course, if you have a Dairy Queen, go get a free ice cream cone.
Free ice cream cone at Dairy Queen Day?
Yes. It's free ice cream cone day. You didn't know?
We would go right now, but you and I have to write an article for Pro Pulling Magazine now. So
you want to do it at Dairy Queen?
Once you go to Dairy Queen. So good night, everybody. Thanks for watching Let's Grow Pulling. Take care.